everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga today. Today's class, we are going to be focusing on the upper body with the emphasis on the shoulders and the neck. So for today's class, we're going to start in sitting. We're going to have ourselves on a bolster, but if you don't have a bolster at home, sitting in a chair is perfectly fine. You'll need a yoga strap in sitting. And when we get to our floor, yoga mat and a yoga block will do just fine. All right. So let's start in finding a nice, good, easy pose, good alignment in our unsupported sitting. So in the position that you're in right now, allow yourself just to gently roll your pelvis backward and forward a few times. Find that point where you can feel where you're in the center of that rock and that roll. Chances are you're likely on your sit bones. Once you find that position where you're likely on your sit bones, get your spine nice and tall. But I really want you to emphasize and focus today the position of your rib cage and your sternum bone or your chest bone. So just gently place your hand on that for a second and feel yourself. Does it feel like it runs vertical to the floor? Does it feel like it's elevated upward to the ceiling? Or does it feel like it's kind of depressed inward towards your belly? Position yourself so that you can get it as close to vertical to the floor as possible. And then once you have that nice tall position, keep that rib cage there. Give yourself a little tiny hinge at your hips so that there's weight into your feet. All right, let's see if we can kind of set our shoulder blades in a good position now. So bring your hands up into a tray position, elevate those shoulders up a little tiny bit, and then rotate those arms all the way outward. Check in. Are your elbows in alignment with the side of your rib cage? If they have fallen behind you, that is indicative of a shoulder imbalance. We're going to work on some of that today. Keep the elbows in line with the shoulder. Let the shoulder blades kind of relax and pull downward now. Imagine the elbows pulling straight down towards your hips here. Now, give the shoulder blades, those muscles in between, a little tiny bit of a squeeze for me today. Very good. Now, in that position, allow yourself one arm at a time to bring your hands back down onto your thighs. Very good. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. After you get your neck nice and long and your chin nice and settled, go ahead and close your eyes if that's comfortable for you today. And then rest your tongue on the roof of your mouth. And you know what? For today, just kind of feel as your tongue is resting on the roof of your mouth. Take the tip of the tongue to the back of the front teeth and feel how much space your tongue has in there. A nice, good, healthy jaw and mouth. That tongue has lots of room to just gently sit up there on that roof of the mouth. So just kind of feel for yourself, do I have lots of space up there? Now, today we're going to start class with a breath awareness. So really what I want us to do is really try to become aware of where your normal breath moves to in your body. So fairly efficient breath should be a component of different types of breathing, like diaphragmatic breathing, lateral costal breathing, upper chest breathing. Unfortunately, when we have a lot of neck and shoulder tension, that becomes a very big imbalance, and a lot of the breathing happens up here in the upper chest, or a lot of the breathing only happens here in the middle chest and nothing happens elsewhere. So just be still with yourself in your seated position. Check in that spine is still nice and tall and there's a little bit of weight in your legs. Keep that tongue resting and don't take deep inhales and exhales. So try not to control your breath. Almost impossible, by the way, once you start becoming aware of your breath. But just try to feel as you inhale into your nose, can you feel where that air goes? Does it feel like it goes down into your belly? Does it feel like it goes outward to the side and back of your ribs? Does it feel like it kind of gets stuck in your neck and your chest? Just become aware of that breath to begin with. And feel where the air goes when you inhale. Now we're going to focus on feeling that inhale because we have a little bit more volitional control, I guess is the easy way to say it, but less automatic control of being able to control the inhale first. So that's what we're going to take our attention on today. So stay sitting, neck long, chin tucked, tongue to the roof of the mouth, spine tall, gentle weight through your legs. As you normally breathe, start to become aware of where the breath goes. Keep noting just that inhale for another few breaths. Beautiful. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to hijack our inhalation today. So if you didn't have efficient diaphragmatic breathing, if you didn't have efficient lateral costal breathing, if you didn't have efficient upper chest breathing, we're going to focus for 4 to 5 inhales on each one of those types of breathing techniques. The reason we're spending the time to do that today is oftentimes neck and shoulder issues are all about inefficient breathing techniques. So it's important for us and for you at home to make sure that you've got those important parts of those aspects of breathing. So do this for me now. Take your right hand, place it on your belly, and take your left hand and place it on top of that sternum that you made sure was vertical earlier in class. Now, gently press down on that sternum bone a little bit for me. Rest the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Feel the hand on the belly and see if you can now control your inhale and make the majority of that inhale come right to your right hand, right to your belly. Can you keep your left hand still? And then slowly let that air exhale out. Left hand stay still, even put pressure on it if you need to. Right hand is where you want the breath to move to. Take a slow, deep inhale into that right hand. And exhaling out. Inhale slowly into that right hand. Keep that left hand still. Check in that your neck is still long, your chin is tucked, your tongue is to the roof of your mouth. And then exhaling outward. Let's do one more breath. Inhaling in. And then exhaling outward. Very nice. Now, take both hands, gently place the hands on the side of your rib cage. Now, if you don't have sufficient shoulder range of motion to be able to kind of hold the sides of your rib cage, just give yourself a little bit of a hug so that your fingertips can feel the sides of your rib cage underneath your breast tissue. So you can do it this way, or you can do it this way, whichever works for you. Neck is nice and long, chin is tucked inward, tongue to the roof of the mouth. Now, can you take that deep inhale, and as you push your hands into your ribs, push those ribs outward, and then gently exhaling, exhaling, and exhaling. You've got it. Let's try that again. Deep inhale in, push those ribs out, and then as you exhale, just let that air go out. 2 more breaths. Focus on pushing the ribs down and forward. Inhale. Push into those hands, very nice. And then exhaling out. Let's just do one more time. Focus on pushing the hands into the ribs. Deep inhale into those hands. And exhaling out. Very nice. Now, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to work on this chest breathing. But here's the thing. Oftentimes, the reason that chest breathing is so restricted is because the muscles of our neck are tight. So here's what I want you to do. Take your hand, and if you've got a shirt that's, a crew neck that's nice and close, just gently bring your hand so that you're on skin on the front of your chest. Then take your other hand and place that hand on top of that. Feel that you can kind of pull your skin downward towards your bolster or your chair and pull that skin down. Now, as you pull that skin down, gently lengthen your neck and tuck your chin in. You might feel pulling on that skin already. For those of you that, have reflex or hiatal hernias or something like that at home, try taking a swallow. If that tissue kind of pulls up when you swallow, that's something that you can work on treating yourself. But pull that skin down. Try that lengthening of the neck, that tucking into the chin. Try that swallowing. Now, where your hands are, try to take a nice, slow, deep inhale into those hands. I call it a Popeye breath, but think about that chest lifting up, and then as you exhale, let that chest drop down. 3 more breaths, just like we did with the other ones. Inhale, lift where the hands are. And exhaling. 2 more breaths. Deep inhale in. And exhaling. 1 more breath. Nice deep inhale in. And exhale. Very good. So we broke up our 3-part breath today. True, real, efficient breathing would be combining all of those, but not having these beautiful little neck muscles, also called your accessory breathing muscles, working. All right, now grab your strap for me, please. Place your strap up and over your right shoulder. Place it so that it's kind of in that space between the neck and the shoulder. Hold the strap in the front with your right hand. I like to sometimes loop mine. And then with your left hand, grab it. I'm going to loop mine again on that side. Now, we're just going to work on a little bit of muscle stretching of those accessory breathing muscles here now. So here's the first thing that I want you to do. Gently tip your head towards the right for me. Once your head's tipped towards the right, keep it relaxed in that tip towards the right or side bend to the right. Use your left hand and pull the strap back while you keep the tension into your right hand. You'll feel the tissues of that area of your neck pull backwards. For some of us, you might even feel burning. That's just that myofascial tissue finding some good, nice length. Hold that tissue into that pull backwards position, and then gently bring your head up. Once your head is up, start to try to tip your head away to the opposite side. Feel that pulling on the side of your neck on the right side. Now let's see if we can go to just a diaphragmatic breath here. Lengthen the neck, keep the head side bent, chins tucked inward, tongue to the roof of the mouth. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And then exhaling out, keep that tip to the side. Let's do one more nice deep inhale into the belly. And then exhaling out. Beautiful. Slowly bring the head up, but don't let go of the tension of the strap. Now gently turn your head towards the left. Feel that pull and that burning on the side of the right neck. Once you have that head turned all the way to the left, maybe even tip your chin a little bit towards your shoulder. Aha. Those are those tight breathing muscles and neck muscles that shouldn't be breathing and should be back a lot further than they are in your neck. Hold that rotation. Hold that gentle tilt of your chin. Let's do 2 diaphragmatic breaths here. Nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. And one more time, nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Beautiful. Bring your head back up, release the tension in the strap, and then just switch the strap so that it's now up and over that left shoulder. Now I'm going to wrap around my left hand again in the front. Grab the strap behind you on the right side. I'm going to wrap again on that side. Once you have that strap up and over that area between the neck and the shoulder on the left side, gently start to tilt your head towards the left. Now, in this position, start to pull backwards with that strap in the right hand while you keep the left hand still. You'll feel the tension of the soft tissues of that neck area tighten as they're pulled backwards. Keeping that head side bent over to that left side for a moment. Pull until you feel like there's not really any more tug to have. And then gently tilt your head away, feeling that tension in the side of the neck. Now, make sure your neck is long and your chin is tucked inward here. Feeling that burning type of feeling, that's those fascial tissues beginning to let go as the myo or muscle tissues are finding their way where they should be. 2 deep diaphragmatic breaths here. Nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Now slowly bring your head back up to the center position, but don't let go of the tension of the strap. Merely now turn your head to the right, feel that pulling, feel the tension in those neck muscles and accessory breathing muscles. And then once you're there, just very gently tip that chin towards the shoulder and identify those tight muscles of your neck. Now in this position, keep the rotation, keep the tilt. Can you diaphragmatically breathe? Deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. One more nice, good breath here. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Slowly bringing your head back up to the center position and gently taking the strap and kind of moving it off to the side. We're kind of done with the strap for now, so just kind of leave it there off to the side. Now, we've done good to pull those muscles back of our neck, to lengthen the muscles, to take what's called your accessory breathing muscles and stop them from breathing as you did diaphragmatic breathing. But now let's take a quick moment to train our neck in the sitting position before we head down to our mat. So here's what I tell you to do at home. Take your right hand, or if you're left-handed and that's your dominant hand, take your left hand. So whichever hand is dominant on you, take that hand and gently place it behind your neck. Feel your fingers into the center of your neck and then just gently bring that right or left elbow forward. Now, as you hold your fingers in the center of your neck, so straight into the center of your neck, can you allow yourself to lengthen your neck and tuck your chin and start to push your neck back into your fingers, training those muscles of your neck to get that alignment? Make sure that your rib cage is still fairly vertical. Check in that that sternum hasn't lifted or that sternum hasn't dropped. Now, with the non-dominant thumb, take that thumb underneath your chin and start to resist as you tuck your chin into your throat. So here's what's happening. You're lengthening your neck, you're tucking your chin, and you're pushing into the fingers of the back of your neck. So kind of 2 things, 3 things happening at once. Can you maintain that resistance? And can you take a deep inhale into your belly? And then can you exhale out? Don't let go of pushing the chin downward. Don't let go of pushing back into the fingers. One more breath. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Slowly releasing. So if you're at home participating in this class with me and you know you have forward head posture, you know you have rounded shoulders, those 3 exercises we just did with the strap, lengthening on both sides, with side bending, rotation, and side tilting, and strengthening through your neck, are probably daily exercises you want to do to try to improve your neck posture. And if you've got neck pain, maybe help alleviate that neck pain. Very good. Now here's where we're going. Straight down onto our side. So what I'd like you to do is to take your block and place your block on your mat somewhere so that it's near the top of your mat, but not at the very top of your mat. Kind of slide yourself off your bolster and just gently take your bolster to the side of your mat. You're done with it for now. Make sure that your strap is kind of away from the mat. You're done with it as well for now. Allow yourself to lay down onto your right side. So the right side is down here. Now, in this position, we've already done some good opening through our neck. Now, pay attention to yourself. When you lay on your right side and you stack your right shoulder and your left shoulder, Using the block, if you use the block, what is the position of the block for you that you get good alignment through your neck? So if you're really tall and you've got a really long neck, it may be the tallest one. That puts me in complete side bending. It could be the middle one. That's pretty good for me. Or it could be the lowest one if you're really petite framed and you have really tiny shoulders. I'm going with the middle of the road today, so you pick what works good for you. And so what I want you to do is really imagine here that your shoulders are one on top of the other. Your neck is free from the ground, but you're going to lengthen your neck and tuck your chin and really continue to train those posture muscles as we work through our shoulder now. Check in that below your your knees are at hip height and your shin bones are kind of lined up with the outside of your mat. And so this is a very good stretch to do for your shoulders. If you are a side sleeper at night and you tend to sleep with your arm up and under your pillow, that creates a big imbalance with your shoulders. And so this is going to kind of help that problem. So in this position, shoulders are aligned. Take that right hand and place that right hand so literally it's smack dab in front of your face. Make sure your neck stays long and your chin stays tucked into your throat. Then turn your palm so that your palm is facing downward towards your knees. Now, in this position, make sure that your elbow stays at shoulder height. Take your left hand now and come up and over to the top of that forearm. Now, without rolling your body, without changing your neck, take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly try to bring that palm towards the floor. Find the position where you start to feel that pulling in your shoulder. No pain, please. Once you find that position, you're stretching what's called the posterior capsule of your shoulder here. Make sure that you did rotate your body back. So go in and check that that left shoulder is still stacked on top of that right shoulder. Gently hold your hand in this position. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Rest your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Eyes closed if you want to here. Maintain that tension into the right shoulder, but no pain. Let's see if we can find our belly breath in this position. So take a deep inhale into your belly, then exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale into the belly, then exhaling out. Beautiful. Slowly letting the arm come back up. Placing the left hand right next to the right shoulder. Have that right elbow into the ground. Take a nice deep inhale here. And on the exhale, push yourself up into a seated position. Now, simply all you're doing is flipping yourself over so you have the exact same alignment on the left side as you just did on the right side. Finding your way down onto that left side now. Start with checking in that you've got your right shoulder and your left shoulder stacked. Then place your head so that it's on the block so that you can see that there's good alignment. Figure out for you what feels the most comfortable, but try not to let the area that we've just opened up through our neck compress. Then continue to train your neck muscles here. So lengthen your neck and tuck your chin into your throat. Have it so that those knees are stacked and at hip height and those shin bones kind of line up with the outside of the mat again. All right, let's do the same thing all over again on this left side. So take that left hand and bend that left hand up so that it's facing towards your face. Have it so that your left elbow is lined up with your left shoulder. Then merely pronate or turn your hand downward so that it's facing towards your knees. Now in this position, take the right hand up and over, grab the forearm on this left side. Start with an inhale, and as you exhale, slowly start to tip that down until you feel that stretch into the left shoulder. Keep your neck long, chin tucked. Don't let your shoulder girdle compress. Find that gentle stretching through that left shoulder. Do not be surprised if one side is way tighter than the other. Now that you have that stretching through that posterior capsule of this left shoulder, maintain this gentle stretch here. Keep the tension into the left forearm. Maybe even close your eyes if you want. And then take a nice deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling outward. Let's do that one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Deep inhale into the belly as you're opening up that left shoulder. And exhaling outward. Slowly bringing the arm upward and then relaxing the arm onto the floor. Now, we're going to go into now returning to opening up the right shoulder. So we're going to stay right here. But we're going to move our body in a little bit of a different alignment. So with those of you that have been using a block, if you're using a block at home and you've got vestibular issues, okay, keep the block right where it is in perfect alignment. For those of you that don't have a lot of neck issues specifically, go ahead and take the block out of the way and allow yourself to gently either drop your head down onto the mat or take it to a flatter position of it so that you're going to have more ability to move your spine. What we're going to be doing is moving through a circle with our body. And so if we're moving through that circle with a body and we've got something blocking our head, we're not going to be able to rotate our head. So you figure out what works good for you. Keep your right knee at the height of your hip, but take your left leg now and straighten it out on your mat. Allow your right knee to touch down onto your mat and take your left hand and grab that right knee. Now in this position, allow yourself to rest your head down if you're letting yourself go into full side bending of your neck. If not, again, that block is there for support. Take your right hand and touch your right hands on the floor in front of your shoulder. So imagine a gigantic circle on the floor. What you're going to do, I am moving my bolster out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. What you're going to do is take your gaze to your right fingertips. I like to gaze at my right thumb. And I am going to watch my right thumb as I lift my arm overhead. When your arm gets overhead, turn your palm upward, but keep gazing at the hand as you rotate it all the way to your backside. Pop it back over your body. Take the gaze again to your thumb and fully lift those fingertips up onto the floor. Get up and over your head. I like to think about my arm in line with my ear. Then turn your hand around as it rotates your shoulder. Keep looking at your hand and fully rotate around until you get to your backside. Now, here's the deal. You might be at home right now practicing and you can't keep that hand on the floor. So here's what I want you to do. Wherever your hand loses the floor, that's where you're going to hold it there, okay? So let's give this a try. Holding the hand on the floor. Start lifting it all the way up. Turn the palm upward. Keep your gaze up. Where do you lose the hand from the floor? Wherever it is, hold it there now. Take a deep inhale. Reach the arm away. Lift the chest. Arch the back. Do anything you can to try to reach towards the floor. And then as you exhale, can you rotate further behind you? Where do you lift now? Take that inhale, lengthen that arm away, and as you exhale, can you get it to the floor? Keep rotating around. Try one more breath. Inhale, lengthen the arm away. Exhale, touch it to the floor, and continue coming all the way around. Beautiful. Bring that arm up and over you. One more circle, and we will switch to the opposite side. Fingertips in front of you. Hand is gazing at that thumb. Start lifting when your arm gets overhead. Turn your palm and keep that rib cage rotating as that arm comes all the way behind you and back and over. Very nice. Now, placing your right hand in front of you, elbow on that left. Take a nice deep inhale. Oh, sweep that left leg in. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, push yourself up into a seated position. Excellent. Now, moving yourself to the opposite side. You don't need your block unless you want to have a little bit of support for your head. If you don't have a lot of tension in your neck and you can side bend your neck, it helps you get that rotation that you need. Find yourself laying back down again on your right side. Once you're on your right side, start with the knees stacked so that you get a good alignment. Just rest your head down if you can, block if you need to. The right leg is the one that you're going to straighten this time, and then check in that the left leg is in contact with the floor. Right hand comes and holds that left leg. Now, that's really just kind of keeping your low back out of the equation. Let's see what we can do here. Left hand, touch it to the floor in front of you. Start to lift the arm up and over the head. Take the gaze with your hand. When your arm gets overhead, turn your palm around and continue rotating all the way around until you get to your backside. I knew my block was going to be in my way, but I left it there anyhow. All right, let's try that again. Gaze at your hand. Let your neck rotate. Let the arm come all the way up overhead, turn the palm upward, and then continue allowing that arm to come all the way around you. Very good. Come up and over. Now, let's do the same thing we did on the right side. So in this position, allow yourself to feel, where does that arm lift off the floor? Wherever it begins to lift off the floor, take that deep inhale there. And then as you exhale, try to touch the hands to the floor and rotate back more. Try that 2 more times for me, ladies and gentlemen. Deep inhale. Touch the fingertips as close to the floor as you can and continue rotating back, and deep inhale. And continue rotating. Find your way to your bottom and come back on over again. One final circle to make 4, just like we did on the right. Last time, up and around, turn the palm at the top. Complete your circle the whole way. Very nice. And take that hand to the front of the right shoulder. Elbow on the right side, slide that right leg in. Nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, push your hands up. Find yourself now into hands and knees. We've already done a really good job of opening up through our shoulders, but we're going to open up even more through what's called your latissimus. Now, a lot of you, when you did your arm circle and you lost your fingertips to the floor before you even got overhead, this is likely the muscle that is the culprit for you. So let's spend a little bit more time opening it up. So come to your hands and knees, check in that your knees are hip distance apart. Feet behind you, go ahead and stack them so that you don't see your heels or your toes on the inside or the outside. Arms are underneath you so that your wrists and your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Index fingers are pointed forward, thumbs are inward. Now, in this position, take a nice deep inhale, sink your belly, sink your spine, shoulder blades are back and down, lengthen the neck, look up, tip that tailbone up for me. Then exhale, pull that belly button in, spread the shoulder blades, lengthen the neck, chin to chest, tuck that tailbone under. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhaling, sinking everything down, looking up, tailbone lifts. And then exhale, curling everything under. Very good. Pull into that belly button. 2 more times. Inhaling, sinking, sinking, sinking. Shoulder blades back and down, chin lifted. And exhaling, curling it all under, chin to the chest if you can, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that belly button. Final time, inhaling, 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 looking up, lifting that tailbone, and then exhaling and exhaling and exhaling, tucking under, chin to chest. Now, slowly push yourself back into a seated position of child's pose. Walk your hands forward. Feel how far you can walk your hands forward. Your head is not going to likely get to the floor yet. Hold those hands nice and forward. Take a deep inhale here, and then exhale here. Then gently soften the elbows down beside you. Settle the hip bones, or the sit bones, towards your heels. Allow the crown of your head now to come down towards the floor. Now, nice deep inhale into the belly. Maybe even gaze back and check in that your toes haven't touched one another. Exhaling here. Let's do one more nice good breath. Deep inhaling into the belly. And exhaling here. Very nice. Coming back up onto your hands and your knees now. Now, once you make your way up onto your hands and your knees, we're going to start with opening up through the side of the body. So take your right hand, reach up as high as you can towards the left corner of your mat. Make sure that your hips didn't come forward to reach. So if your mat's too far away, then just make sure that your hips and your knees keep their alignment, okay? And then in that position, you're using the strength of your left arm here. Keep that right hand where it is. Take an inhale, let everything sink down. As you exhale, tuck everything under, drop your head and try to push yourself back. Hopefully you can feel that perfect stretch right underneath that shoulder area. That's what I want you to focus on today. Lengthen your neck, tuck your chin, gaze down to that left thumb. Deep inhale, exhale, tuck as you pull yourself back, but you push that right hand down into the mat. Maintain that stretch underneath that right shoulder. Take a deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. One more good breath, ladies and gentlemen. Deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Come back on up. Walk the right hand back underneath the right shoulder, then take that left hand, walk that left fingertips up towards the left corner of your mat. Now make sure again that that doesn't mean your hips come forward. That's kind of too far. So keep the hips stacked on top of the knees and walk the left hand up as high as you can just to get that full arm extension. The right hand this time is kind of underneath the right shoulder. It's going to be the brunt of what's going to be pushing you back. Now, take an inhale, just kind of let your shoulder blades and your belly sink. And then on your exhale, really tuck everything under and let the right arm push you back. Get that stretch through that underneath of that left shoulder. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze down to that right thumb. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling here, exhale. Can you tuck more? Can you push back with that right hand and feel that stretch underneath that left shoulder? Golly, I'm tight on this side. Now, lengthen that neck, settle that chin, gaze at that thumb, take that deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. One more breath, deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Walking yourself back up onto hands and knees. And then once you're there, slowly allowing yourself to kind of come down through your side and then rolling yourself over onto your back. So now that we have done that, let's spend a few moments here going back to that neck strengthening exercise we did in sitting. So check in for me, please, that your shoulder blades feel like they're back and down. Your rib cage feels like it's nice and level to the floor. So it's not too lifted up, meaning that your back is arched. So bring that back down so that it kind of lines up with the floor. Kind of relax your tailbone into a position that it feels like your pelvis is flat on the floor. Keep your feet flat on the floor, your knees bent at about hip distance for me. Now, go back to exactly the same thing we did. So take your dominant hand and place your dominant hand behind your neck with that elbow pointed now upwards towards the ceiling. Kind of spread the fingers so you can feel like you're touching different segments of the back of your neck. Lengthen your neck, tuck your chin, and start to push your spine into your fingers. That's what engages those muscles that get too weak back there. Keep pushing backwards into your fingertips of your right hand. Then take that non-dominant thumb underneath the chin and just try to resist lifting the chin as you're working on tucking the chin into your throat. Gaze straight upward here. Now, can you take a nice deep inhale into your belly as you push into the fingers of the back of your neck on the dominant and pull that chin down with the non-dominant. One more here. Deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Beautiful. Slowly releasing that strengthening. So you can do that in standing, you can do it in sitting, you can do it in laying down. Probably one of the most important exercises for us to do to strengthen our neck. If you're one of those individuals that can't pat your belly and circle your belly and pat your head at the same time, then oftentimes you can just do those two parts of that exercise separately. So just do the back part of the neck first and then the chin tuck second, because really those are two combined exercises. All right, let's do just a little bit more opening through our shoulders. So in this position, take your arms out into a T formation. Once your arms are into a T formation, can you check in that your shoulder blades are back and down, your neck is long, and your chin is tucked into your shoulders? Good. Now, from here, take an inhale and bring your arms up, but your right arm comes underneath your left arm. Very good. So for those of you that have extremely tight shoulders, from here, all that you're going to do is hug yourself. And then focus on trying to get both of the elbows to line up in the center of your body. For those of you that have a little bit more flexible shoulders, wherever you had those two arms crossed, now see if you can wrap them around and grab your palms together. These are called eagle arms in yoga. So see if you can kind of get that eagle arm position. Now, we're going to have some fun here today, ladies and gentlemen, opening our neck and our shoulder. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze down to your elbows here. Now, here's what I want you to try to do if you really want to work your entire body. In this same position, lift your left leg up and cross your left leg over your right leg. Can you now, holding eagle arms, pick your elbows up, point your toes away, and do the same thing to cross your toes of your left underneath your right hand. Tighten your abdominals, really allow yourself to use your entire core here. Can you take 2 deep breaths? Deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. One more breath, ladies and gentlemen. Inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Drop those feet down, uncross the legs, straighten those arms up and relax them out. Holy cow, that's a big stretch for the shoulders, isn't it? Oh, but we have the other side to do yet, so let's go to it. So arms, bring them straight out to the side of you for a moment, okay? Make sure that your feet are still flat on the floor, hips distance with the knees. Shoulder blades are back and down. So here's what we're gonna do this time. Inhale, lift the arms up, and this time the left arm is underneath. Again, really tight shoulders at home. You're hugging yourself and focusing at keeping those elbows in the center. Those of you that want to try full eagle arms here, wrap those arms up and around. See if you can get palm to palm. Elbows are pointed towards the ceiling in the center of your chest. Now, stay right here if you want. You want a super duper challenge with your body today. Lift that right leg up, cross it over your left. Bring the knees up in the air, and can you cross the right foot underneath that left leg? Oh my goodness, hold yourself here. Deep inhale into that belly and exhaling out. One more breath, ladies and gentlemen. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Beautiful. Drop those feet down, uncross that right leg, straighten those arms and release those arms out to the side. All right, we're not done with the shoulders. We got a bit more strengthening left to do. We are all stretched out though. So here's what I want you to do now. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, allow yourself to get that length, drop the rib cage, get nice, good length through your spine, settle that tailbone down. Take your arms and bring your arms all the way to T formation. Have the index fingers feeling like they're lengthening away from you. Now, in this position, keep that neck long, that chin tuck. Take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, literally palms up, push your arms down into the floor until you feel that squeeze of your shoulder blades. Keep that squeeze of your shoulder blades. Can you now take a deep inhale into your belly? And then exhaling out. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. One more breath, deep inhale in. And then exhaling out. Relax, pushing the arms, maybe shake the shoulder blades out a little bit. Bend your elbows up. Once your elbows are bent, allow yourself to turn your palms so your palms are facing towards your feet. And then drop your arms into goalpost position, cactus pose, whichever kind of suits you as far as what you want to call it. Now, in this position, here's what I want you to do for the final hurrah for our strengthening through our shoulder blades and our shoulders. Can you turn your palms away from you so that it's the pinkies touching the floor? Can you tighten your abdominals and pull your rib cage down? Can you lengthen your neck and settle your chin? Can you take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, push the pinkies and the elbows down into the floor and feel the shoulder blades squeezing. Holding that contraction. Don't let go of it. Oh, I'm shaking. I hope you're shaking at home. Take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. And one more time, deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Beautiful. Relax the arms, bring them down to your sides. Take your right knee to your chest and give it a nice gentle hug. Deep inhale into your chest, and then exhale, pull nice and deeply. Left leg, just slide it down the mat and open a little bit through your hip flexor here. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling, pulling that knee to your chest. Now just stay right here. Allow yourself to take that deep inhale into your belly. Can you resist and push into that right thigh? And then as you exhale out, just relaxing, letting it go. Let's do that again for me, please. Deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling and letting it go. Gorgeous. Left leg, slide it back up, and then the right foot, rest it to the floor. Taking an inhale, taking the left knee to the chest here. Exhaling, pulling it nice and deep into the chest. Shoulder blades are back and down. Take that right leg, bring it down. One more nice deep inhale here. Exhaling that left knee into your chest. Excellent. Now just let yourself be here. See if you can resist that diaphragm and that belly breath into your left thigh. So take a deep inhale into your belly here. And then exhaling out. One more nice, good breath in. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Sliding that right leg up, releasing the left foot to the floor. Now, in this position, allow yourself to kind of rest your left leg down. Right foot up on top of the left thigh. Left arm, grab that right knee and right arm out to the side of your body. Pull your right shoulder blade back and down. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then on your exhale, pull your right knee across your body to the left. Lift your pelvis, lift your low back, lift your rib cage, but keep that right shoulder blade anchored down. Now lengthen your neck, settle your chin, get your chin nice and settled, and then do that rotation with your head towards that right shoulder. Gaze at that right thumb. Deep inhale into your belly here. And then exhaling out. One more nice, good breath. Deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Slowly bring your head back to the center. Start at that right shoulder blade and use the abdominals and spinal muscles and pull that rib cage back down. Pull the low back down, pull the pelvis down, bring the knee back to the center, and then drop the right foot to the floor. Slide the left leg up. Right leg slides down, left foot to the right thigh, and reach up with that right hand and grab that left knee. Left arm, this time out to the side of your body. Nice deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, pulling that left knee across to the right, lifting the pelvis and the low back and the rib cage, but keeping that shoulder blade back and down. Once you feel like you're at the end of that spinal twist, lengthening your neck, settling your chin, and taking your gaze to that left thumb. Now, deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. Let's do that one more time. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Slowly bring that long neck, chin tucked back to center. Start at that left rib cage and slowly lower that rib cage down, followed by the low back, followed by the pelvis. Placing that left foot to the floor, sliding that right leg up. Once both knees are split up, allowing yourself to bring the left and the right knees to your chest, kind of giving yourself a nice good hug, full total flexion here. Pull your toes up for me. Really take a deep inhale here and exhale. Pull those knees up and into your chest. Now, think about that sternum, that chest bone. Can you allow that sternum bone to drop for a second? Good. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Sequentially try to lift your head up. Then start to flex your chin as you do your best to bring your forehead to your knees. Toes up. Take a deep inhale here. And an exhale. Oh, I know that's hard. Try that again. And exhale. And then start at the middle of your shoulder blades. Slowly bring them down. Keep your chin to your chest. Allow that neck to come down slowly. Finally, the head lands onto the mat. Drop one foot to the floor, followed by the other. Make sure your spine, your low back feels like it's in a nice, comfortable position. And then gently let one ankle heel come to one corner of the mat, followed by the other. And once you feel like you've got your legs resting on the mat, gently allow yourself to take your arms and rest your arms out away from your hips, your hands out away from your hips. And then once you feel like, yep, that's the position I'm going to be in, we're going to do a little bit of what's called progressive neuromuscular relaxation today. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to see if with every inhale and exhale that you do, you can focus on that breath coming from your belly and your lower rib cage. So imagine that upper rib cage, that neck, everything stays nice and still. Let's give it a try now. So take your toes and point them up towards your head. Ankles are stretching. Maybe you feel a bit of a calf stretch here. Take a nice deep inhale here through the belly and outer ribs. And then as you exhale, relax those feet and let them kind of fall downwards towards the floor. Now go to your knees and your thighs and tighten your thighs and take a deep inhale. Can you tighten your thighs so much that your heels lift off the floor? Exhaling here, dropping those legs and relaxing those thighs. Squeeze in through the buttocks for me here. Can you take that inhale into the belly and those outer ribs? And then as you exhale, relax the buttocks. And go to your hands and make nice tight fists with your hands. Take a deep inhale, belly and outer ribs. Keep the upper spine and the neck and everything still. And then exhaling outward, letting the hands go. Elbows for me. Can you straighten the elbows, tighten your triceps? Take a deep inhale into your belly here. Get those outer ribs moving, keep that sternum still, and then as you exhale, just soften the elbows, let the arms relax. How about those shoulder blades? Thumbs are pointing outward. Can you pull those shoulder blades back and down? Your chest will lift, but in this chest lifted position, can you take an inhale into your belly? And then as you exhale, relax the shoulder blades, drop the rib cage back down onto the floor. Lengthen the neck. Chin, bring it into that throat. Tongue, roof of the mouth. Soften the eyes. Last contraction. Can you approximate your teeth and clench your jaw? Take a deep inhale into your belly and outer ribs. And soften your mouth. Relax your tongue to the roof of your mouth as your belly slowly lets go of that air. And keep your body nice and still. No more deep inhales and exhales. Can you now just observe that breath again? Has it changed from the beginning of class an hour ago? Can you feel the belly breath? Can you feel the outer ribs moving? Can you feel that gentle lift of the upper chest, but no tension or movement through the neck or the shoulders? Just be aware of where that inhale goes. And as you exhale, just let it gently relax outward. Slowly start to wiggle those fingers and those toes. Maybe some circles with the ankles or some circles with the wrists. And when you feel like you're ready, slide up one leg, followed by the other, and then just gently allow yourself to roll over on your side. Allow yourself a nice deep inhale and exhale here. And then on a next good exhale, using that top hand and that bottom elbow, allow yourself to push up into a seated position. Once you find yourself into that seated position, find that easy pose. Put a big smile on your face. Hands to the hearts. Nice deep inhale in and exhaling out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me today.